All right, what's going on, everyone? It is week number six of the JLPT study. I think we have about 33 weeks left until December 6th. So, yeah, just want to update you on my studies. So, nothing too much has changed. I'm still using Morphman and Subset SRS to go through Demon Slayer. I'm still watching Hajime no Ippo. I'm still reading the Demon Slayer manga, which I think I'm on volume 14, I believe, or 15. I think I'm on 15, maybe. I can't remember. But it's definitely heating up. It's definitely getting really, really good. And I'm still playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. Fantastic game. I'll probably play it a second time. And I know like Children of Mana is coming out next week, I think on the 24th. So I'll probably buy that. Yeah, I think what I want to talk about today is Anki time. So, I think on average I spend like maybe 45 minutes to an hour of Anki time, but it's possibly even more because I know the intervals that I'm using for one of my Subset sticks is kind of a little wonky, but I feel like it sticks with me. The words stick with me for sure. So I think what I want to end up doing is, so I was repping cards from a JLPT Tango book. I got it somewhere. I think it's over there. But so what I want to do is I want to pause on that. I feel like, so in the past I've had burnout with Anki. I usually have a love-hate relationship with it, but I feel that I see its benefits and its important features. However, I know a lot of the times, me personally, and sometimes other language learners can get wrapped up in it and spend countless hours trying to perfect it and make it better. And I know that is not where the fluency comes from. That's not where the language acquisition comes from. It doesn't come from the Anki. It comes from immersion. It comes from watching and listening and reading. And so, yeah, I feel like, I may only spend, 45 minutes to an hour on Anki, but I might spend more time, like just, that's how much I'm reviewing. It's not how much I'm adding stuff to cards or looking up stuff. It's usually at least in 2 hours of time doing that, looking up stuff, reading stuff, and then entering it into Anki. So I just don't necessarily like that, I feel like, it's kind of giving me a false sense of like, I know this so well, I know it in Anki, and then I hear it outside of Anki, or I read it in a book and I'm like, oh snap, I kind of get it. And then, but it isn't until countless times where I've seen it multiple times. So I think I'm going to pause on that. So the Tango vocab, I'm stopping that. I'm still doing my reviews. I know I'm going to probably start that up again. I would say July, maybe July 6th, only because that will give me July, August, September, October, November, December. So about 5 solid months of study of, JLPT vocab, JLPT, esque, things, and hopefully I can take some practice tests and get good with those as well, just to kind of refamiliarize myself with the format of, the JLPT. And yeah, I just don't want to surround myself too much with JLPT, information or just vocab lists and stuff, because I know it can get boring. And I think one year, or I took it like 3-4 years ago, and that's when I got really burned out with JLPT stuff in like studying period, and I like stopped for like 6 months. So yeah, I want to try to, learn as much as I can with material that I enjoy. So reading manga, and trying to, have fun with that more than like, oh, if I study these, specific vocab, I'm going to be fluent. And it's just like, well, if I got there, that way, and I didn't enjoy the journey, then what was the point, So I'm just talking about, I just think things that I've been thinking about, things that I have been contemplating. It's just like, why am I not enjoying it? Why am I waiting until a certain point of where I'm like fluent, or when I'm like, oh, I understand everything? But by that point, it's like, well, I should have been doing this. I feel like, that happened with me with manga. It's like once I got into a flow of like enjoying it, I'm like, why the hell didn't I start reading this years ago? why did I start now when I felt like I had enough experience? And so, yeah, that's how I'm doing for that. So, and then another update is, so I think I've read 5 volumes of Demon Slayer this month for April. So my goal was 5, so it's the 19th today, so I already beat that goal. So I'm pumped and excited for that. And then also my goal was to read 1 light novel. So, because of that, I know I talked about how like I read a lot of manga as a child. And so I still want to continue. I think what I'm planning on doing is finishing up Demon Slayer, the manga, however many volumes are currently out, finish that, and then what my reading will be after that will just be strictly, a light novel just for this month, and try to finish up the light novel before the end of the month. And then next month, so I've been contemplating this. I think I'm going to do it just because I want to see if I can. So I know the Netflix series Baki season 3 is coming out on June 4th, I believe. And so what I want to try to do is read up until that point. I feel like I, fell in love with Baki, so sorry, I had to make sure the house wasn't burning down. So, what was I saying? So with Baki, the new season on Netflix is coming out on June 4th. So I know, I used to watch I think a few of the OVAs and the manga or the anime that came out. I watched that in high school. And yeah, I watched the Netflix series and I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. I'm a shonen manga junkie. So, I, definitely going to read it. So my goal is, so next month, May, I think I want to try to read up until where Netflix starts and stop, just to see if I can do that. I think, why not? I feel like I need to just take in a bunch of stuff as fast as I can. I really want to try to, just immerse as much as I can with the things that I enjoy, things that I like. And yeah, so that means probably for the month of May, I'll probably be putting light novels on the back burner, and maybe I'll switch off. I haven't found a sweet spot yet, not that I do not enjoy reading light novels. I just think that I kind of forced them on me when I felt like, oh, I should be reading this. And there are countless amounts of manga that are out there that I've always wanted to read, and now that I'm in this spot where I can read them and enjoy them and really, take all that in, I think I want to just kind of just take off with that, but I don't want to just read that and then the JLPT comes and then I don't pass, not to say that that's needed for how fluent you are, but I know it is my goal and dream to work in Japan, and I think that would help, having that certificate saying, I'm a programmer, so if the current company I'm in, they have a Japanese office, if I can prove to them and show to them that I am fluent, with this test, of course I need to speaking and things like that. And so I think that can come with time for sure, and I can set aside time to study that, speaking and whatnot. But with this, I want to make sure, I at least have this. So there's no other, excuse as to why I didn't get it, or, there's no one's wondering where it's like, oh, you have it, do you not have it? I just kind of want to just have it that way. It's just less, things I need to worry about from like a professional standpoint. It's like, oh, you have this, okay, cool. Like, again, I know it doesn't necessarily mean how fluent you are, how much you understand, but I feel like just having that isn't, can, persuade people who are on the fence. People are thinking like, oh, we might hire him, we not hire him, if it's just face level. And then once they get in, then they can see, oh, he actually is pretty good, he actually is proficient, he actually knows how to speak and talk and understand things in Japanese. So, it just kind of adds to it. I feel like it can only help, having that for, professional purposes. And I know some people have made it without it, but I think in my case with coding and since I'm not in Japan, I think, and I haven't taken classes in a long time. So it's like, I think having that is like kind of like another like, oh, hey, by the way, although I've been taking classes, I've been doing this. So yeah. definitely trying to find that sweet spot of, reading one or the other. Or I know that like reading light novels definitely helps. It definitely helps you think more in Japanese. There's just a lot of things manga that I enjoy that I haven't been reading, and I haven't had a chance to read because I've been, oh, I'm not there yet, I'm not fluent yet, or I should know more, blah, 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 or I need more grammar points. And in reality, it's just like, no, you just need to start. You just need to do it. So so next month I'm thinking of, like I said, getting all the Baki, manga, reading all that. So I think the first set is like started in 1990, so it was like 42 volumes, and after that then there's like another sequence which is 32, and then after that there's maybe even like another one that's in the 30s maybe, and then like there's like 4 other ones, so it's like over, I don't even know how many. I want to say I'll probably try to have the exact number next month or next week or the week after that, but before the month hopefully talk about the concrete plans. So yeah, that's all I got, everyone. So again, still immersing, still doing using Japanese content, knocking Anki down a notch. So try to really get in that sweet spot of like, I want to say half hour. I really only spend a half hour. That way when I get up in the morning, so I get up early at 6, I get up, can knock that out of the park real quick, real easy, do about 10 sentences from there, and then focus on reading and listening and watching things in the morning. So then, then I work from home from like usually from like 8:30 to 8:39 to like 4:35, and then again, probably play Final Fantasy. That's pretty much, and try to do some extra coding on the side. So it's a full-time job. I definitely envy some of those college students who are, because of the quarantine, either staying at home and have more time, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to give up, although I'm still working and I don't get necessarily a break like everybody else. I feel like I'm just blessed to be in the situation that I am. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got. This was a little bit longer than I was expecting, and I took my glasses off because the glare. So that's all I got. Let me know what you guys are reading, what you guys are immersing with, what you guys are, any other materials you guys are using it for Japanese. So that's all I got. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.